I'll turn on some music. So, I'm glad you're here. I'm about to make a rope basket. Or not a rope basket, just coaster. I want to make a set of coasters. I'm probably going to do a circle about 5 inches. And then I'll put a design on it. But today we'll probably just get the coaster done. So, I also might do some play food. So feel free to ask some questions. I will look up at the chat here occasionally. So, hope you don't mind a little Taylor Swift. I didn't go to the concert, but I think it was a really good concert. All right. So, the way I'm going to start this is with a zigzag stitch. Actually, I'm going to do just like a straight stitch so I can hold it in place. So, how are you doing? You doing okay today? I think I have this going off the wrong way. Let's see. It doesn't matter because I'm not making a basket. So if I were making a basket, I would need the rope to be coming this way. I think we're good. So I'm just doing a circle so I can do whatever direction I want. So, hello everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me. We're just gonna sew coasters. So what I'm doing to get this started is just make a center and then sew a little straight stitch. Okay, this is a Janome Continental M17. It is their current flagship machine. It's their top of the line machine, and it is a huge investment in my future times. Yeah. Hey, my name is Elizabeth as well. It's nice to see another Elizabeth. Do you like to sew? Right now I'm gonna set a middle zigzag stitch. I'm gonna make it a pretty good width. So I want to make sure that it's not too far apart, but I want to make it real wide so it's got a big stitch. So I'm glad you like to sew. I'm glad you're here today. All right, and feel free to ask questions. What I'm doing is preparing a base for some embroidered coasters. And so I'm gonna just make the base 5 inches, and then I'll embroider something on it. I haven't decided exactly what I'm gonna embroider on it. All I know is it's gonna be fall colors because the person it is for the likes fall colors like oranges, yellows, and reds. So thank you for the likes. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. I appreciate the likes. That really encourages me. I appreciate it. All right, so as this gets bigger, all I'm doing is sewing a bit and then lifting the pressure foot up and then moving it down a little bit. So And the whole idea is to zigzag so that you can catch this piece and this piece as you go. So let me slow down just a little bit, and I think I could probably turn and sew. Anyway, I've made a couple of baskets doing this, and I'm still working on the consistency, the way the basket turns out. You started at 17? Yes, starting at a very young age. That is awesome. The first time I held a needle, I was 5. My grandmother was teaching me how to sew a running stitch to hem a dress. That was for my dolly, strangely. Anyway, yeah, my generations of sewers, I was adopted, and the family was knitters and crocheters, and I tried knitting, I tried crocheting, and I just didn't really appreciate it as I got older. So I got my first real sewing machine, 50 years ago. 50 years ago. What do you mean by 50 years ago? How long ago you started? It did everything. Like, it had these little cartridges that you would put like up underneath here, and then when you picked a different motion for the needle, there was this motor that would go around the edge of this disc, and the disc were different sizes according to like what shape the needle was going to go as far as back and forth. And the dumb thing, if you sew too fast, it would just pop right out of there. So the first time I got when I got like a real sewing machine, which is a Janome, I started out with Janomes, and I've never stopped sewing on a Janome. But I got that machine probably when I was, let me think, gosh, right after I graduated from high school, maybe? No, it was right before I graduated from college. So I've been sewing, like I said, probably since I was 5, but on the sewing machine since, I don't know, I was probably about 5th or 6th grade. The first sewing machine I had was a chain stitch machine. It didn't have a bobbin. And I would sew stuff, and I would get so frustrated because all I wanted to do was have something stay together. So this isn't going to take too long as far as getting these to be 5 inches wide. And these will make really good coasters because they'll absorb some of the moisture. This is also a polyester rope. Now see, I just put my finger in the center and just let that sew around. It's kind of fun. It's like a merry-go-round, and it just takes itself around. So I'm listening to Taylor Swift, and I did not go to the concert, but people have been online streaming it on TikTok, and suddenly I just really enjoyed it. Okay, so I'm going to measure this and see how we're going. All right, this is... It's 4 inches. Do you think 4 inches is enough for a coaster? I feel like it might be enough. I mean, this is not your typical, you know, thing that you would put on a coaster, but what do you think? Is that big enough? I need some thumbs up, you know, tap the screen, give me some hearts. I need to know. What do you think? My goodness. I like it. I think 4 inches might be good enough. I mean, I just really want it to hold a good mug of coffee. So maybe, you know, I'll just stick with 5. Feel free to ask questions. I really enjoy interacting with you. Okay, so I want to make sure like this isn't, like don't pull on this, because if I do, then it started like curl up at the edge. So I'm just going to go real gently. I'm just going to kind of just let it sew itself and feed that around. Make them almost to 5 inches. Okay, I think one more time around, and that will be all. Okay, so long story short. Oh, thank you for the rose. Stop it, you're flirting with me. Okay. Okay, one more turn here, and I think that's gonna be long. I think that's gonna be enough. Boy, maybe that's too big. You know, if this is too big, all I have to do is pull apart. So, all right. So, what do you think? Is this the right size? Is this a good size? I really wish somebody would deliver me a coffee cup so I didn't have to leave my live. I could pause the live, but I really don't want to pause the live. Wonder if like somebody would magically appear with a mug. All right, so I'm gonna leave this at 5 inches, and I'm gonna go ahead and start another one. But yeah, it's a little bit less than 5. I mean, no, it's really just spot on. So it's, yeah, it's got just about 5 by 4. It's not going to be perfectly cylindrical because of the nature of, like, you know, we've got this overlap going on here. But let me show you how to finish this. Okay, I'm gonna cut a little bit of this right here. I'm just gonna give myself enough so I can overlap it like this. Okay, and I can leave a little loop, you know, like this in case somebody wanted to hang it, you know, make it easier to do that. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut it here, but before I cut it, I'm going to wrap it in tape. So I'm going to wrap the portion in tape first that I'm going to cut. And then I'll just cut in the center of that. And that'll keep it from raveling because this comes right apart. It comes all the way apart. Like immediately, like it explodes. So wrap this in some tape. All right, and I'm not going to use my good scissors to cut it. I'm going to use my snippy scissors, my crafty kind of scissors, so. All right, there you go. Okay, now I'm gonna do 4 of these. Thank you for joining. Hi boo. All right, so So we just like tuck this end in right here. I probably could trim a little bit more of that tape off. It does not need to be that long. It just needs to be like just a little snippet of tape, and that way it stays. So I'm gonna tuck this in right here, and I'm just gonna continue sewing it like I was sewing it right here. And if I want to, I can then switch back and sew this part. Okay. So how are you, boo? You doing okay today? Where are you joining from? I live in the upper Midwest. I live in Indiana, and it's kind of humid here today. All right, so, and today was probably not the best day to mow, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be glad that I mowed this morning because it is going to rain. All right, so I'm just gonna sew this edge together like on the far edge. So I'm sewing from here to here, and then I'm gonna switch back and I'm gonna sew this part shut. Now if I decide I don't like it, it's okay. What's really nice about this, about doing a zigzag stitch in this material, it rips right out if you don't like it. So, Missouri, all right, let's go. Hi everyone, how's it going? Okay, V's Quilts Cottage. It's nice for you to be here today. All right. I love quilting. Oh my gosh, I just love quilting. I've been quilting with this machine. All right, so now I'm gonna do the other side. And I'm just gonna sew up until I get to that end right there. And might do a little back stitch here just to give it a little extra. Okay. So this is my first, you know, that could be a trivet, but I don't know. What do you think? Is that the right size? Is that the right size for a coaster? What do you think? Okay, so it's 5 inches by 5 inches. So give me some, you know, tap the screen, give me a few likes, let's see what that looks like. Give me a thumbs up. It would be nice under a small plant. Oh, yes. Oh, that's great. That's a great idea. I love that idea. All right. Okay. So, let's see. I'm trying to want to see the chat. All right. Oh my goodness. So many people in here today. I'm so glad you joined me. I appreciate it. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. I think I liked my own live. I did. Okay, now I know. I'm taking just a second here so I can open the chat. So in the interim here while I'm doing this, what would you like to see me sew? I love doing stuff like this in my room. And anytime you want to, you know, join me. Oh no, sorry about that. I figured out a setting I didn't mean to do. All right, setting. Darkness. All right. Well, I'm gonna try to keep up with the chat at the moment. I can't really figure out how to do the chat. So let me bring down the brightness just a little bit. There we go. All right. So I'm gonna start another one, and we'll have. My goal is to make 4. Thank you for the wow. Thanks for the follow, Brandon. All right, Laurel, how are you doing today? Yeah, if you're hanging out, type in the chat where you're from. And if you are a sewer, if you are a sewist, if you enjoy sitting at the machine, tap that screen, give me some likes. All right, so I'm gonna start another one. Really important that I tape that end. That way it's not unraveling on me, okay? Let's do this. Okay. I'm gonna just give a couple of turns here to get it started. Okay. The mothership of sewing machines, yes. Aloha. Yes. Okay, you were sewing today, boo? Aloha from Hawaii. All right. So yeah, you mean I have the mothership or you do? I mean, we're talking about machines. And I love my sewing machine. But yeah, Cody, I really, really love my sewing machine. All right, so now I'm gonna do a zigzag all the way across the center. I'll hold that, and then I'm gonna do it again other direction, and then I'll just pick up sewing it. Let's see, I'd rather do it like this, much easier. Okay. So this, and now I can just start going around here. All right, I'm checking that. Yes, this thing is crazy. Yeah, it is. I got it last fall for Christmas, and I really think this is probably my forever machine, but I use the heck out of it. I just use the heck out of it. Every second I can, I use it. And I mean, I haven't even scratched the surface on what it does. This sewing machine's only as smart as the user. Hello, Massachusetts. The cord that I'm using is, let me grab it. It is, I got this one from Lowe's. It's Blue Hawk, and it's the 1/4 inch. But for my smaller projects, I have a smaller diameter that I got from Harbor Freight. So check Harbor Freight. Always check there for this kind of thing. And I mean, a whole skein of the cord from Harbor Freight was only like $5. So definitely go with that. It's nylon. It's nylon. Yeah. So it's gonna be nice for a coaster because it won't I mean, it'll absorb some of the moisture. So I don't know. I haven't even really tested it out. But thanks everybody for hanging out. All right, so I'm gonna tell you, I can feel this. It's kind of got a bump in it because I don't have enough slack on this, so I'm gonna make sure that I'm putting enough slack on it. There we go. All right, so I'm just gonna like let it sew itself, and all I'm doing is just guiding it under the needle. Now, when I turn this into a basket, it's the same concept, but you have to keep the tension consistent, or you end up with kind of a wavy side. So, what brand of machine? It's a Janome Continental M17. I've always been a sewist. I started sewing when I was 5, and I got my first sewing machine, my first real sewing machine, when I was in middle school, and I would have been probably 13, and and then I got my first Janome machine when I was a year from graduating university. All right, now I'm gonna speed up and let this kind of sew itself here. And my goal is to get these done, and then I might switch over and put together some play food. I have some gifts I'm making for a trip. All right. So yeah, that's it's I think, let me see. I have two Janome machines in the room. The other one is Skyline 5S9. I'll show you. It's over here. There's my other one. That one is also an embroidery machine. And then that one over there, I traded in my 20-year-old machine for that one. Actually, maybe it was more like 30. I'm going to say 20 because I feel younger than that. Janome is awesome machines, yes. Yeah, the Elena's, yeah. I mean, the first machine I had was not a name brand of any kind. And I had that all the way through, gosh, I had it all the way through college. And then I got my first Janome. But, you know, I don't think my parents didn't think I was really going to stick with sewing. So they got me a generic machine. I mean, it even wasn't even a Singer. It was a crap machine. But I made it work when I started sewing for adults in high school. I made it work. I'm trying to check the chat while I'm going. Yeah. Okay. If there's a question I haven't answered, can you drop in the chat again? Don't be shy. Don't be shy. I don't know if you've checked out my other channel. My other channel is Embrace a New Course. And I'm selling a digital product that helps teach you how to have a digital presence online. Basically, it automates your business, and so I'm getting some training from that. All right, I can feel this getting twisted, so I have to be careful as I'm sewing to make sure that the twisting doesn't come through. So I'm gonna hold it. There it is, twist. There we go. And in a second, I probably need to measure it. It's looking like it's about 4 inches at the moment. So how are things in Massachusetts? Doing okay? What's your weather like today? It is humid here. We're about to have some storms tomorrow. I live in upper Midwest in Indiana. And I want to know what Hawaii is doing today, too. If you're still in here, I want to hear about Hawaii. Dang. I mean, these pictures of Hawaii are just beautiful. All right. So this is about, yeah. Actually, that's 4.5 inches. I don't have very much further to go. Because, I mean, it's pretty good. I'm going to make these as consistent as I can. So check out my other channel, Embrace a New Course. It's where I'm talking about a digital product that I'm using. It's basically it's an entire course on how to set up like websites and stuff. So if you're interested in doing websites, definitely check that out. Okay. This is almost done. I'm going to compare in size here. Okay, I think one more turn from here. I'm guessing where I stopped. Okay, I'm guessing. I'm like, okay, that looks like it's about the same size. Oh, it's 5. That is right at 5 inches. Okay. It is always humid there. Yeah, it's a little sticky. You're walking on the golf course this morning. Okay, that's That's Hawaii. Yeah. Well, I would imagine it's probably humid there, but you know, I mean, like the humidity. I lived in the upper desert here in the United States, the high desert, and that is in Boise, Idaho. It's nice different weathers there. Kauai. Did I say that right? Kauai. So which island is that? I mean, I can tell you it's you know, not the main island. Oh, thank you. Now I don't sound so ignorant. I'm gonna plug in my iPad so it doesn't die. Okay. Anybody in here have animals? What kind of animals do you have? Animal lovers, calling all animal lovers. Okay. I think I can. I'm gonna, let's see. I'm gonna backspace this I'm gonna backstitch just a little bit. Hello. Go backwards, please. Thank you. All right. And I'm gonna wrap it again. Gotta wrap the tape. All right. So how does it look? If it's bigger, it's gonna be bigger. Okay. Now watch what I do. This is the magic. See, it's a little bit bigger. I don't want it to be bigger. So, yeah, don't cringe. Okay. Just comes apart just like that. All right. Still take it back to here. There we go. All right, don't cringe. All right, so now they're going to be the same size. And time for the tape. So it really is just kind of a guess until I get to the end, and then if it's too big, you see I just pull it out. No need to take out that seam ripper. In fact, if you have seam ripper out, the seam ripper can kind of dig into the cord and fray it, which you don't want to do. Dogs. I had always had dogs. The last one passed away. You travel a lot. Well, I'm sorry for your loss for your puppy. It's hard. Let's see, in our marriage, my husband and I, besides, in addition to 2 daughters, we had a total of 4 dogs. And after the last one passed, did not get any more. We got cats. Now we have 4 cats all at once. So for some reason. They're all rescues. It's really hard not to rescue cats because they're just, you know, I need rescuing. Thank you for the follow, Laurel. All right, so now I'm gonna cut this, and the tape goes from here to here. I don't need all that. I just want a little. I also want a little bite of it, so it doesn't come undone on it, and that rescues the other end too. So you don't have to worry about it unraveling. So I'm gonna do the same thing I did with this one. Give it a little bump here. Let's see. Oh, I think I made that too long. All right. Let me put it against this one. Make sure I'm doing it the same. Okay. All right. Probably need to hear. All right. I need tape again. I don't need to salvage the piece that's too long. But make sure I don't. Kind of fumbling. Always had a dog. What kind of stitch am I using? I am using a zigzag stitch. I'm using a quite long zigzag stitch. It's not too tight, you know, so it's not close like this. It's a little bit longer. I couldn't tell you the settings. I mean, on my machine, it's like 6.2 wide, and then 2 this way, and I'm not sure if it's got to be millimeters. So, all right. Now I think I'm gonna sew this up again here to about where I want this to be. Okay, so I'm gonna, oh, okay, duh, I forgot to cut this. Why didn't you tell me that? Okay. I did that for all this and then forgot I did it. All right, so now I cut off that little bit. Didn't need, okay, now I'm gonna tuck this in again. Let me lift this up. Tuck that in like this. So what I'm gonna do is sew on this side of it and catch that end in there. And I'm gonna just keep sewing. Okay, it's kind of like a back stitch. Cut that off. Turn it around. Okay, so now I'm gonna sew from here to here. Okay. Now I'm gonna do a back stitch there. Okay, 2 are done. 2. All right, this is feeling loose here. Do you think that's a problem? I do. It's easy to fix though, because I'll just go in here and sew around it. So when I'm making baskets, sometimes I don't catch the edges, so, okay. So I still have to sew this up here. All right, so be more precise. So when I started it out, I better make sure this one's better. This one's the same way. Better do it. Better fix it. I don't want it to fall apart. So I was thinking about at Halloween making these with like a ghost and a cat and something on like that. I found some glow in the dark cord. Again, this is it's thick like this one, and it's glow in the dark poly rope. Are you kidding me? Wouldn't that be fun with like some Halloween stuff on it? Okay. Well, the thing about this is it's going to have some embroidery here in the center, so that is really not going to matter that much. All right, so now we have 2. I'm not liking like how fuzzy that looks there, so I'm just going to sew over that a couple times. Now a back stitch over it, just to, you know, just to hold it down so it's flat. And you can kind of feel that tapes there. If it's that bad on this one. Okay. Yeah, it got a little fuzzy. It's fine. All right. And then this one. All right, so 2 more. Got any questions? Does anyone have an exotic animal? Something not a cat, not a dog. Something kind of beyond a regular domestic animal in the house. Hello, Lisa. How are you today? All right. Now, I don't need this much tape at the end. I just need a little snippet. And it's just going to keep it from raveling until I get it started. Okay? Again, the process. Just make a little spiral. Hello, Diane from Colorado. What is the weather doing in Colorado? Isn't that funny? We just talk about the weather. It's fine. There's nothing wrong talking about the weather. The weather is interesting in the United States. Is there anyone joining who is not in the United States? 83 and sunny, yes. It is probably about that temperature here, but humid. In my room, it's 79 degrees. Ask me why it's so hot. I don't know. And the windows are closed. And the air is on. All right. I'm going to turn this over because I like the string coming off this way. No bad weather today. You know, it's supposed to storm here for the next couple of days. And that's all right. The grass needs a little bit of moisture. Okay, so I want to make sure that I get a real good start with this. Catching the edges so I don't have that center popping out later on after I'm done. Can you see all right? My hand is in the way, isn't it? And I'm so sorry about that. Okay, it might be easier for you to see if I'm doing like this. There. No sprinklers yet. Okay. All right. Can you see better like this? Man, I should have looked at it better. Okay. Oops. Oh, whoops, slow down. Slow down. Okay. All right. You still can't see, can you? I've got my hand in the way. I think I'm going to move you looking the other way. Okay. The switch back. You might not be able to see the chat as well. Move my table here. I do not use a chair. I'm standing to sew. I don't know if you want to see my little setup here. I hope you're all having a good day. All right, so I stand to sew because I noticed that when I'm sitting over the machine that my neck started to hurt and pop. So now I'm at a standing level. All right, so now maybe you can see better like this. Okay. Nice table. Yes. The table I got it at Costco. It was nice. I'm trying to read the chat and I know there's a way to make the chat so I can see what you're talking about. I'm just moving the chat over, but don't know. Oh my goodness. Thank you for almost 1,500 likes. That is amazing. All right. And I appreciate you being here today. All right. Oh yeah, I could put you on the back side. I don't know if you can see that way. I can try that here in a second. Oh, you know what? This needs to be not. There we go. Okay, how's that? That's pretty good. I'll zoom you in some. Okay. How's that? Okay, that's good. All right, super. I can zoom out a little bit. Okay. Now I was talking about make sure that when you're working with this, you don't put too much pressure, tension on it. If you put too much tension on it, then you end up with a bowl instead of a flat base, a flat piece. Okay, so I'm really just letting the thread just kind of holding it lazily like this and letting it go around, sew itself basically. Oops. Is there anyone who is joining that has been here in my live before? It's been a good minute since I've been in a live. Yeah, your mom used to make bowls? That's awesome. I love making them. Suddenly it's my my preferred thing. I don't know, it's just love making these bowls from scratch and then embroidering on them. Let me show you a couple that I made. If I can find them. You know how things kind of disappear. Okay, so here's one. And this has a kitty sleeping in it. And it has the little flowers on the sides. So that's one. And then there's this one. And it's a fresh lavender. Thank you. And you got some flowers on the edge. And it's interesting because, and this one does have handles, but it's got this little flower coming up off the edge here when I set it in the machine. So this is what I'm talking about when you're dealing with tension. So like this goes in like this, and I didn't intend for it to do that because I was pulling on the thread too hard. But it's okay. It's still a beautiful bowl, and I love it. I'm getting an Etsy link. I've got an Etsy store. It just doesn't have a lot in it right now. Just have a basket, a couple of patches, some butterflies. All right. I'm trying to see the chat. It's hard for me to see the chat from this direction. And I'm wanting to do that. Okay, so your mom made bowls, and I'm looking at, is that Diane, Colorado? What kind of bowls did she make? The rope bowls, and what did she do with them? Thank you for the likes. How long did it take with the embroidery? excuse me, I think the embroidery, well, it depends on like how many times I have to change my thread. If the thread breaks, you know. And then, you know, how long it takes to sew out the pattern based on, you know, like how fast the machine is running. So I think it just depends. I think that the cat was like a couple of hours, and then the lavender took longer because the pattern itself was thicker, more dense, and so the thread kept breaking, and so I had to switch from rayon thread to polyester thread, and the polyester thread didn't break as much. But if the pattern is too dense, if there's too much stitching all in one spot, then on these rope baskets, the thread will break. So okay, kind of sews itself here. Oh, I think I missed a spot. That's okay. We'll check it out here. We'll look at the integrity of it. It's looking pretty nice. I'll give myself some more of the skein here. All right. I'm missing some of your comments, and I'm sorry about that. Let's see. The words get bigger. What do you mean? Oh, yeah. Swipe left or right until it gets bigger. Okay, so swipe left or right. Okay, and when I swipe left, I see real-time performance. When I'm trying to swipe right and nothing is happening, so. I appreciate you being in here. I appreciate your aid trying to do this. I don't know, it's so weird. Wait, maybe if I swipe from the bottom. Okay, hang on a second. I paused the live. I didn't mean to do that. All right. I'm just going to have to do that. Let's see. I'm looking for... All right, tell me. I keep trying to do it. Okay, look. I'm just going to try to keep checking the little row that I have at the bottom. All right, so let me measure this while I'm at a break. I'm thinking it's probably about 4 inches. Yeah, it's 4.5, so I don't have to go very much further. Let's see, I have two done already. I figure 4 is a set. You know, 4 is a good set. Okay, I think I missed a spot. No. So I do like to use a really wide stitch to catch both edges of that rope. All right, let's see. How am I doing? This looks like it's the right size now. Yep, that's 5. All right. Now I'm gonna take this out, compare it to the one I've got. Okay. It's looking a little bit bigger right there, but when I cut this off right here and then I'll wrap it back around, it'll be almost identical. So I'm going with the tape again. Make sure those ends don't ravel. Now my tape fell. There it is. Found it. All right, what you got? Your mom used the... So your mom used to make a bowl. And, let's see, I'm looking down. Let's see, swipe. Yeah, I tried to swipe left or right. It didn't work. Okay. So, but thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, so a little bit of tape. I don't need it to be that far. Let's see. So that matches about right there. It is a little bit too big. Okay, I'm taking this out. Alright. Okay, that's better. Okay, so because I'm gonna go like this, and then I'm gonna cut back like this. So need this tape right about here. All right. What is your favorite summer activity? What is your favorite summer activity? I mean, it seems like I love working outside. Well, working, I mean sitting and just enjoying the weather. But the problem is my sewing machines can't go out there. So I have two big windows in my room, and I open those up when I feel like being in the outside atmosphere. I do or have taken a sewing machine outside. I've been known to do that, but not very often. It's kind of a hassle because all my tools all in one spot. IKEA is where I got my stuff. This is like my IKEA dream in here. Love my IKEA. Camping. You know, when my kids were little, now they're not little anymore, we did this thing called primitive camping. And you know, just no electricity. It was just fire for campfire and blow up mattresses, and that was that was our version of camping. I mean, version of camping could be just about anything as far as like what's your activity when you go camping. All right, this is kind of slipping as I'm sewing it. I don't want it to slip, but let's see. First, I'm gonna sew this side, and it's not catching, so I'm gonna give it a push. There we go. Okay, sew off, and then I don't have to back stitch, and that'll keep this. Now I'm gonna go back and sew this part when it's open. I'll give you a look at my sewing room here in a second, and I'll show you all the IKEA stuff I have, because I mean it is entirely IKEA. And my girlfriend and I, my best friend, she lives up in Detroit, and there's an IKEA up there, and that's just our stomping grounds. That's just our thing we do. Yeah, I'll give you a tour. All right. So that's 3. Okay. Stick around and I'll give you a tour. Let me do the last one. It shouldn't take that long, especially if I don't talk too much. Okay. And then I'll give you a little tour. All right, so I've got a lot of tape on here. I'm gonna trim that off again. I got a snip. I just need a little bit, just to keep it from raveling. Okay, ooh, that just flew across the room. All right. I'm just gonna give this a start. I just have to start it like, you know, just a little bit. It's a little spiral like this. And put it under here. And I'm gonna do like a zigzag going across. And then I'm going to do a zigzag going the other direction. Just like make a plus sign, kind of like this. Now I like the thread coming off to my right. Okay. Shouldn't take that long. Keep the chat going if I look over and see. Thank you for the follow. My goodness. I appreciate it very much. All right. Let's go. All right, now I gotta make sure that the tension is loose over here. Just make sure I don't pull too tightly, especially at the beginning, or that'll give me a bump, and I don't want a bump. Okay. All right. Yeah, I haven't been doing this very long, these baskets. Okay, so I'm going to check the integrity here of that. That looks okay. All right. Onward. Okay, I'm going to do this. And then when I'm done, I'll give you a tour of my sewing room. And I'll show you what kind of stations I have and what's going on. So stay tuned. All right, let's see. It's going really well, I think. Okay. Did I already mention the source for the rope? Oh gosh, yeah, but I'm happy to repeat it. This particular rope came from Lowe's. Lowe's is kind of expensive for this kind, but it's a 1/4 inch. And I prefer, and it's 200 feet. One of these, let's see, I also have a smaller diameter rope. They're both clotheslines, but this one is 3/16 of an inch, and this one is just 100 feet. This was $5, and the larger rope from Lowe's, that was like 20, which I don't know. I didn't think it should have been that much more, but I'm gonna source with the Harbor Freight was where they got the other. So that would be the place to go. And it's they're both polyester. Just this one thicker, and I thought I would use this thicker one since I'm making coasters, and you know, I want there to be some kind of you know, absorption, I guess, or barrier. And because they're polyester, it's really just going to be more of a barrier. It won't absorb very much, probably. Gotta pull this skein up. What foot? Oh, it is a clear foot, and it's just a regular accessory on most machines. At least you can add. I'll take it and show it to you here in a second when I give you a tour. But it is, I think it's an F foot, like F as in Frank. And I have 2 clear feet like this. This one has a little red arrow, which I use to help myself stay centered. Let me see. I zoom you in a little bit so you can see it. Okay. Whoa, sorry. That's a little bit too close. Here. So it has a little red arrow right here in the center that I'm using to make sure that I'm staying centered when I go around here. Okay, this is feeling like it's almost done. Measuring. Oh gosh, it is almost 5 inches. All right. All right. Okay, let me just see how much further I have to go. Oh gosh, look at that. Okay. Now I'm just gonna see it go like this and back like this. And I probably just need to wrap some tape here, give it a cut, finish that off, and then I'll give you a tour of the room, answer any further questions, and then I'll show you my room. And then I'll have to let you go. The thread I'm using, it's a Gutermann polyester. I don't use Coates and Clark because it has a lot of lint, and the Gutermann is just 100% polyester, and the Coates and Clark is a wrapped thread. It's got a nylon core, and then it's wrapped with cotton or polyester. I'm not sure which. All right, so tucked in like this, just tucked in. I'm just gonna sew this side first, right here, and then I'll go back and I'll sew the other side. So I'm just gonna tuck that in where I stopped sewing. And up here. But yeah, great question. Great question. Oh, you know what? This looks like there's still too much tape there. No, it's fine. All right. Dropping stuff. Okay. Okay. Now I'm gonna go back here. Sew over it again. Oh, whoops. My bobbin thread is ready to end here. So what I love about this machine is it is extremely accurate. Do you see? It gave me a warning and it is correct. There is no bobbin thread on there. It is very accurate. Okay. So I am done now with all 4 of my coasters. And if you weren't here at the beginning, there they are. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to embroider on each one of those. Probably not during this live, since I've been on here probably more than an hour and it is dinner time. Okay. This foot is, I don't know if you can see it. I'll put it like this. This is what the foot looks like. It's a Janome foot. It's an F foot, but it's clear from here to here, and the top parts are also acrylic. So it's like a regular standard foot. It just has a little bit of a it has the acrylics in it instead of some metal on it. Okay. Do you have any other burning questions? Thank you for the likes. Oh my goodness. All right. I'm gonna push my table back. And typically there's everything. It's a room that I create in, so it's a little bit of a process. It's always in process. There's always something going on. All right. Okay, so entertainment corner, and this is the embroidery unit to the machine, and I have these are floating shelves, and I love them. They're also from IKEA. Those I got like at the Dollar Tree somewhere. These accessories. And then these are all IKEA. And I have a skinny board, a regular long board, another skinny board, and then a long board over on the other side here. And I'll turn this around so you can see what's going on here. Ready? Okay. So, ideas for you. That's a magnetic strip from IKEA. Usually holds knives. Oh, Karen, I didn't see your question. Yeah, I'm probably going to embroider something fall related because the recipient of the coasters that I'm making, she really likes fall colors. So her house is always in like yellows and reds and greens. So I'll do something like that. Okay. So if you're a sewist and you have tools, which I know you do, my kids were really little. When they were little, they would get into my scissor drawer, but label them. This one says fabric, and it's good for me too. Then this one says craft, and I know I'm gonna cut paper with this, and I'm gonna do crafty stuff with this one. Okay, same thing. This came from the Dollar Tree when things were $1. Now it's $1.25 tree. And it's not a terrible cutter. I mean, if I'm cutting paper with it, that's good. All right, so craft, and then the rest of these are good. Okay, so on this wall, the other side of this wall, I have another pegboard. And this pegboard is, it's got my acrylic rulers on it, and some containers for my pens. So some of these are marking pens that are for fabric, and some of them are not. And that's something that I haven't organized. I mean, I should put, marking pens right here. But right now I just like them in order as far as like rainbow. So, and I didn't point out, I mean, except for the clothes I have hanging over here that I altered those. These are all the hoops that go with the embroidery machine. So I have 2 embroidery machines in the room. The black hoop is the largest hoop that in the industry, actually, and it goes with the machine that I was just sewing on. And then the smaller hoops, there's 3 of them, go with this machine here. Okay, so are you enjoying the tour? All right. Okay. Now, this is the final wall, and those are my baskets. They're up here. A couple of things to show you on this wall. Okay. These are my obviously these are my threads, but these are all nylon here. These are all rayon, and then down here are some nylon ones. This is always set up. I always have this set up, but I have a cart over here that I got from IKEA that I hold my iron on, like that. Okay, and then I have the other pegboard over here. Let's see. So these I got from Joann's. Okay, and I have to put these upside down, like I have to alter them back and forth, alternate, because they won't come out if they're right side up, all of them. Otherwise they just all pull out at the same time. The more labels you have, the better. It helps you stay organized. Label things, label them. Let's see, and I have my stabilizer. My stabilizer is all on this caddy here. I made that years ago, and all it is loops of acrylic sewn across this way, and just keep doing those loops. And that would, you know, it's like if you can find the same thing that holds wrapping paper, you could definitely use that. All right, and then this is the final wall, and I have 3 windows in here. I have this window that faces south, and these windows face east. And then this is my heat press. And then here's patterns, getting ready to make more food. And if you didn't catch one of my other lives when I was making food, this is what I mean. Felt food. Felt. Okay. Donuts. Toast. Or bread. I mean, waffle. And my favorite, the egg. Isn't that cute? All right. So, then we're back to the machine, and this is my Janome, and this will all come off. This is all the embroidery unit. I don't have to sew with this on, but I prefer because I have all this extra space. The only thing is if I have something that's going to be longer than this kind of gets in the way sometimes. I love this table. It does go up and down, so that I can stand at it if I want to, or I can sit. I got it from Costco. Don't get it at IKEA. IKEA, you have to crank them or they're whatever. This was so much cheaper. So much cheaper. All right. And it locks. Okay. Do you have any other questions? No, the table didn't come from IKEA. You're welcome for the tour. All right. Boo. I'm so glad you stayed for the whole live. I really am not consistent about going live, but watch for some more content, and I'm really glad that you came, and turn on notifications so that you don't miss a live when I do go live. Also, I have another channel, and it's called Embrace a New Course, and if you want to go over there and follow me, I'm documenting my journey and my experience on starting my own automated website and doing something digital online that will help me with this business and help grow this, because I really do want to be producing things that I can send to people who would like, so perhaps on Etsy. I do have a small Etsy store, but what this other program is on Embrace a New Course it's actually a program that I'm learning how to make web pages and make things that that automate your business. So for example, if you've ever been to a web page where you had to you wanted to download or get some information or something, and you put in your name and your email, and then you hit a button, and that button will send you that thing to your email. So what I'm learning is how to set that type of thing up so that we can so I can communicate better with you all, and maybe get you some digital guides or something that would help inspire you to make your sewing space and your creative space more organized. Okay, so I'm gonna let you go, and if you don't have any other burning questions, I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for joining. Bye everybody. Thanks for all the hearts. Bye.